I tried this trick I saw a chef do on YouTube, where you cut the onion lengthwise, not quite all the way to the root, and then do the same thing a few times horizontally, before you cut it from the top. It should result in nice and even pieces, and actually, I think it turned out quite nice. Once I learned this new trick, I did the same thing with the garlic clove. I wouldn't say I'm the fastest cutter, but I think that's fine. To make up the base for the meatballs, I first poured in some milk. I also added some breadcrumbs. I've always in the past cracked my eggs on a sharp surface, but supposedly cracking it on a flat surface better prevents shards from the eggshell from coming off. Then I added some salt and some black pepper. I then mixed it all up and let it sit for a couple of minutes. This should allow the breadcrumbs to soak up a bit of the milk and make it all creamier. I then added some dried herbs. The recipe I followed also called for parmesan, so I also grated that in. I was generous with the amount here. I think you can never skimp on the parmesan. I defrosted the minced meat in the microwave for a little bit too long, so the bottom kinda cooked a tiny bit. It doesn't look as nice, but I don't think it will make a difference once mixed in. Once homogeneous, I started rolling the meatballs. I'm sure I could have spent more time rolling them and get them even rounder, but I don't mind a slight unevenness. My mom always said they look more homemade that way. Then the recipe said to roll them in a bit of flour. I think this is to get a better crust on them when cooking. I think this is a good time to start cooking the tagliatelle. Some say to salt the pasta water until it tastes like the ocean, but honestly, I think that's a bit too much salt. When the water had come up to a boil, I added the pasta. The pasta should take about 7 minutes to cook. Actually, 7 minutes was perfect this time. Now it was time to cook the meatballs. I used olive oil to cook with this time. I like the flavor it adds to a dish like this. I then flipped the meatballs and let them cook for a few minutes on the other side to get a nice browning all around. Then I poured in the tomato sauce. It was a little bit too thick, so I also added some water. I then let it simmer for a couple of minutes. I think it's done now. Time to plate it. Unfortunately, I had no fresh basil left, so frozen had to do for this time. And of course, a little bit of Parmesan. Now it's done. I think it looks tasty. Time to try it. I think it turned out quite nice. The pasta was al dente, the meatballs juicy, and the tomato sauce flavorful. That's all I had to show you today. Bye!